Composting at home is supposed to be something simple, easy, and safe. But is it really? Can you get your compost from your lawn clippings when your neighbors all around you spray their yards? That's a problem that I think a lot of us living in neighborhoods or subdivisions got to deal with. So exactly how do I deal with it? Well, I'm going to show you guys, and maybe it'll open up some eyes. Maybe it'll help you so that you don't end up accidentally hurting your garden when you use your compost. Hey guys, it's your boy, Big Wheel Dog 82 in the soil. And like I said in the opener, I'm one of those who likes to use his lawn for both my hot compost as well as mulching my beds. But the big thing you got to worry about, especially when you're living with neighbors who treat their lawn, is the herbicides that they have in those lawn treatments. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about and the situation I have going on here before I go ahead and let you guys know how I get around the situation. All right, so all along my property line, you can sort of kind of tell where my property starts and theirs begins to, because their grass is a little bit darker than mine, but they treat theirs. And because the slope of the ground goes downwards towards that ditch back there, I pretty much am, even when the herbicides are right here up against this fence line, this is the only safe area inside my fence. And if that wasn't bad enough, here, we're gonna walk all down to the end. My neighbors back there, they're awesome by the way, but they get their lawn treated. And the other side over here gets treated as well. So that really only leaves in here as the safe zone. At this point, you guys might be sitting there saying, hey, Will, we know you got dogs. What are you worried about their stool for? Well, I do worry about it. Before I'm ready to harvest, I will pick up my yard. And even though that's not 100% guarantee that it's going to be completely clean, the thing is, I know what I feed my dogs, and my dogs are very healthy animals. So the idea of having the hot compost, a turd or two, it's not a big deal. Plus, that's the secret, hot compost. So even if there is animal waste in there, it's getting sterilized. And the most important part about sterilization of your compost is getting it hot enough. I shoot for anywhere between 140 and 160 degrees. I like it to be close to that 160, at least initially. And then if it rides right around that 130 mark, that's primo for me too. So let me show you my compost while we're talking about it and look at the temp that we're at now. So here is my compost pile. And this is after the second flip of it. We're right under 130, which means that I'm gonna have to do a flip. I'm debating on whether or not to do the flip now or wait until tomorrow, but that's not the point of being here. All of this in here, if you could tell, there's grass clippings everywhere. And the only way that I feel safe making this pile, because this doesn't look that full, it's about half full, but this is processing compost. So there's quite a bit here. And I don't think I have to worry about it because outside of my fence, as long as I don't use any of this lawn clippings here, it's fine. And here is the good stuff. And as long as you can see native weeds around your yard, then you can pretty much bet that there's any type of lawn treatments, because that's exactly what the lawn treatments do. They kill the weeds and leave the grass. So out here, you can see mostly just grass. There's some weeds here and there, but in here, you can tell there's weeds everywhere. While we're back here in the backyard against the fence, there's something else I want to show you. Now, if you look over the fence, you can see some weeds here the closer you get to my fence line. But the important part is there's hardly any weeds at all in that grass over there. And that's from the treatment, because of course the treatment's gonna run off with the water, so it goes down into this little ditch here. But it stops about a foot away from my fence. But that stuff doesn't work uphill. This is a downhill slope, so that means everything on this side is safe. I've even got comfrey here. It's both something I add for my compost pile, but it's also a canary in the coal mine, because if there's any kind of weed or herbicides that get into it, it will show it and it will probably die because of it. So this is how I try to protect my compost, even though I live in a subdivision surrounded by people who decide to fertilize their yards, which also have herbicides in them. Again, this neighbor here, his yard is okay. I can see weeds in it. He doesn't necessarily treat his, but this neighbor here for sure does. So anything that's even remotely close to being next to my neighbors who do treat their lawn, it's just an automatic safe no-go. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't like my neighbors. I actually do. I really like my neighbors. And especially one of them that's already moved because she got remarried. But that's not the point. Even if I was to say something to them, that would just be being inconsiderate, because it's their lawn. I can't force them to do something in their yard, just like they can't force me to do something in my yard. So all you need to do is take stock of where there's potential problems coming up when it comes to putting any input into your yard, to make sure that you're not going to find out long ways down the road when it's too late to do anything about it. So that's what I'm trying to get to you guys today. I hope I made it clear, and I hope that you guys don't have to deal with problems like this. If you yourself deal with the same type of scenario, please let me and everybody else know down in the comment section. I would appreciate it, because anything that you're doing might help me, and vice versa. I hope that what I'm telling you helps you. And for those that aren't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Your boy would appreciate it, because yeah, I do it for me, but I also do it for you. So please, if you ain't subscribed, please do so. And as always, I'm your boy, Big Wheel Dog, 82 in the soul, and I'm out of here.